The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on last year's national champion, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. They'll leave it with him. Still running at the 40. Breaks away on the left. Hits the seam wide open. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Yeah, and that's not the start you wanted if you're on this defense. Like, you lost last week, looking to bounce back. One thing you can't do, man, give up explosive plays on the ground. This defense has to hunker in, dial in a little bit. Last week was a struggle. Let's get back on track.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll ride the hot hand. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Michigan! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you'd like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch, called for and made. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Morgan. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Haynes. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Back to pass on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Cleescore. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Grab near the marker, it's Moore. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to slam it in. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll go to the air on second and short. Touchdown, Wolverines! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He was able to get that ball up to the... They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's marked. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Wolverines will have it first and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morgan. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Just keep slinging it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, you set it down.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And after the three-spot guys, we're all tied up.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and you're...
This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
When you run the football and then throw in the play action, it's such a tricky thing for the defense. Do I play run? Do I come up fast? It opens those holes right behind the linebackers and between the safeties to make the passing game just a little bit easier.
Makes the grab. It's Moore. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. Never a doubt. And they'll get this drive started from their own 26. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, and live to fight another down.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Right on the money. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Got it in the middle, it's Haynes. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And And there is no question they should just keep letting this guy throw the ball. He's 5 for 5 on this drive. They've only run 5 offensive plays, and he's already got him down here by the goal line. Let him keep chucking it.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Michigan! And that one will give them the lead. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Morgan. The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Marsh. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The short hands. It's Marsh. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Wolverines come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Got a little space. Turning on the Jets. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains and they're set up at the 41. Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. On the ground, it's Haynes. It's a running room. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
And man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
They're going to ride this running back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
It's caught. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 5 yards away from another 3rd down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. Catch in the middle, it's more. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the fourth quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on 3rd down coming up. Let's call it 3rd and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Haynes. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. He'll run it again. And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Marsh. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Going to swing it on second down. Got a man, it's Haynes. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Morgan. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. The Wolverines come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. The short hands, it's Morgan. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Makes the grab, it's Morgan. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Michigan.
It's first down from the 11. Wants to go up top on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. As has been the case for the majority of this rivalry, it's Michigan who once again will take home the mighty Paul Bunyan Trophy. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.